All right, and then the provider ID. So this is where it's going to look similar to that practice ID setup. We're going to also, for every provider, we're going to have at least one rule file. So I'm going to come in here and click New, and again, I would always set up my rule for all, or like the majority of the time what any insurance would be looking for from me. So my all file, I would leave all here and here. And now I get to determine, do I typically file my claims as an individual or as a group? I'm going to go ahead and just say I do it as a group. Now, I would not want to pull this, since I am filing it as a group, I would not want to pull the NPI from the practice. So I would select, I want to pull the individual NPI on a claim from this field, and then I'm going to set up my individual NPI for that provider right there. Okay, I know these labels are a little bit confusing on that, but that's how it goes. When we set up the NPI in the practice, we were setting up that group NPI. If you were a solo practitioner, you would still set up, you can still put your individual NPI there, and that's really the only case where if it was an individual, you would say, you can go ahead and pull it from practice because I've already set it up there. It doesn't hurt at all just to put the NPI in again right here for the individual as well. But this NPI is always going to be for the individual provider that you are setting up right now. And then again, for taxonomy, you can, on that particular one, you could pull from practice, or if you do send taxonomy codes on your, on your claims, then the taxonomy would be associated for this individual provider here. With taxonomies, I'm not going to be the expert to tell you when it's not required, and that's really kind of the truth in a lot of these things, is that your individual insurances may have requirements. We have been seeing kind of an increase of insurances that are suddenly requiring a taxonomy that weren't requiring it before. But in general, I've never seen it reject if you have a taxonomy in there. But we have had some instances where it does reject if it's not in there. But your individual insurance, most of you, I'm sure, have been billing for years, so you would know how you want to have that set up, and I would just do what you've been doing for that. So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that blank. And then again, if it's all billed under the same, obviously, tax ID as the practice, then you can say in this section from practice. Otherwise, if you do have a scenario where maybe you have a provider in your group that's not credentialed yet or something like that, and you need it to bill under something different, you can change that individually there. Okay? And again, most of the stuff down here was added to help us with that NPI transition. When we were in that transition year, and in insurances, not all of them were ready yet to accept NPI. We're really well past that now. So you really should never have to fill in any of these legacy identifiers down here at the bottom. But again, every now and then you may have one, and typically that's going to be not something that you're going to set up though in your all rule. That would be something that would be more specific to an insurance.
Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video and found it helpful. If you did, let us know by giving us a thumbs up by clicking on the like button below. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, feel free to write those in the comments section below. And if you want to get more helpful videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Thanks.